Hello everyone, my name is Mohammad Ehtisham. So in this video, I would like to explain my construct week project that I made with my teammates. In my teammates, there are 5 members and we create this project in the span of 5 days. So basically, if I talk about my project name, so my project name is iBus, iBus, and basically this project is totally based on a REST API for a bus reservation portal application. And this API perform all the fundamental CRUD operation of any bus reservation system with user validation at every step. Before going into another step, let me introduce what is CRUD operation. Basically, CRUD operation is nothing but when we delete, add, update, and create. So this is all in a database. This is nothing but this is a CRUD operation. So let me go on my README and I will show you about my README. So this is my README of my projects iBus API for reservation portal system. And if I talk about we use in this project tech stack are as follows: Java, Spring Framework, Spring Boot, Spring Data JPA, Hibernate, MySQL. Let me introduce some module that we use in this project that are login logout module, admin module, user module, root module, and bus module, reservation module, and feedback module. Let me introduce some feature of my admin and user. So if I talk about admin features, so administrator role of the entire application. Only a registered admin with a valid session token can update, delete, root and bus from main database. So basically can perform CRUD operation. And another feature that is admin can access the detail of the different user and reservation. So let me introduce some feature of user. So registering themselves with the application and logging in to get the valid session token. Second feature, viewing all the available buses and booking and booking of a reservation. And the third but not the least, only logged in user can access his reservation profile updation and other feature what he want according to their needs. So this is some installation process I mentioned here in my README. That is such as if I talk about what port I am using, double it, and this is my database name, and this is my DVC connector URL as you can see, and this is root and this is password. So let's go on the STS to show my code base. So before go into my code base, I would like to explain uh, uh, some packages that is important in my project, such as this is com.mosaic package. In this package consists important file, and through this file we can easily run our project. So let me open this on this file. I take few minutes. Yeah, it is open. As you can see, this is a file, and here I enabled Swagger 2. This is a Swagger annotation, and this is a Spring Boot annotation to fetch or to implement Spring Boot framework easily with this annotation. And we can with this annotation we can easily fetch or used Swagger annotation, Swagger framework. So basically, this is the main file. Through this file, we can easily run our project. And let me introduce another package that is com.mosaic controller. In this package, all the controller are available regarding to our project, And then the third one is com.masai.dto. Basically, DTO means data transfer object. So in this, all the data transfer object classes are available according to the project. And this is com.masai.exception. So through this package we make different exception regarding to our project. So as you can see, another package, that is com.masai.model. So here all the model of our project available according to the project module. So as you can see, admin bus, current admin, and feedback, reservation, root users. So let me go another package, that is com.masai.repository. So in this packages there are DAO, means DAO classes. DAO classes basically means data access object are available regarding to our project in this package, as you can see. And this package is com.masai.services. In this package we use a class, we make a class as well as implementation part of the particular module of the recording project. So as you can see here, there is a lots of method, as well as, sorry, there is a lot of class with their implementation is available in this package. So let me go on src main resource force. Src main resource force, there is a one file that name is application.properties. In this properties, in this file, there is an important property is available. As you can see, I'm using a server port number, that is 8888. You can give your port number according to your needs, according to your local computer, which server is available for your project to run the project easily. So according to my computer, my port number is available 8888. So the second the second point is that here you can see I am using a specific property regarding database. So as you can see, this is the URL of database. Through this URL you can connect MySQL with your STS, and this is my database name, that is iBus database DB. And you can see here a driver. This is nothing but this is a JDBC driver, and this is my username of SQL and the password. And this is a ORM software specific property available in this line, such as updating. Updating means if we create a table previously, so no need to create again and again, just update that particular table. But if you are not creating, or we just run first time our project, so it will create automatically new table for us. So this is value true. Basically when we run the project our in the STS, then in the console we can easily see the MySQL query, MySQL table that created in the console easily with this true, with this spring.jpa.show SQL. Because according to this, it means that we are able to see our tables in a console of STS. So this is all about main and resource packages. Let me go through the main and important part of our project, that is pom.xml file. So in pom.xml file, basically we conclude or we use some important dependencies regarding our project. As you can see, I'm using a Spring Boot framework. So this is a Spring Boot framework uh, group ID, and that is a artifact ID, that is a Spring Boot starter parent. And you can see this if I talk about my version, so 2.7.4. And now if I talk about artifact ID, means what is my package, main package name, the bus reservation portal system, as you can see here in front of package explorer. So this is a version, and this is a name of again, and this is a little bit description of our project, that is an online bus reservation system project using Spring Boot. This is a short description of our project. In this form.xml, we can fill this credential when we are creating our project. With the help of Spring Boot, we need to fill such credential before we are try to make any project in a Spring Boot. So I'm here using Java version 17, as you can see. And now, if I talk about the most important part through which we can through through we in through which we can reduce our mm, we can produce effective work through these dependencies. You can see here I'm using lots of dependencies in front of you in pom.xml. As you can see, the first one is that is Spring Web. Spring Web is um, is a dependency through which we can connect or use a Spring Web annotation with this dependency in any class, in any controller we can easily use, where we want to requirement of this such such dependencies annotation. So this is all about a Spring Web dependency. Let me talk about a Spring Dev Tool dependencies. Spring Dev Tool dependencies basically means when you are first time you are running your project, and you are you find some bug during your project running process. So you want to change again and again, and then try to stop server and start server. So like that we do repetitively work when we find debug and again stop and start our server. So no need to start and start server again and again. Just try to debug your code, and save and try to use control plus s, that is it is used for save as, and that you change in your code, it will save automatically. No need to close your uh, server again and again. Just run one time, and this basically it create it help in a uh, it help in a refresh. I mean, it help you, it this dependency help in to uh, save as purpose. Okay, and this dependency, that is MySQL connector Java. This dependency is used for the connection purpose through Java and MySQL with SQL. And this all about the dependencies part. Let me go through one by one packages. Let me run my project in front of you with the main file. As you can see here, that is iBus application.java. I'm using I'm using run I'm using run as a Spring Boot application. So now, as you can see here, I'm loading, and now loading is confirmed, and now we are able to see in console that our project is running properly or not. So as you can see, our project is running properly in front of you, and yeah, just wait a second. Yeah, you can see the value that I'm using through in application.property, and that is the reason we are able to see table that is creating in our database in a console. That is the reason of why we using uh, uh, true in that proper application.property file. So we are now we are able to see in console that our table is created. Let me check in the database it is created or not. So tables, if I hit this command, you able to see our table is created. That the first table is admin, the second table is bus, and the third table is current admin session, current user session, feedback, reservation, or root user. So these are the table that we created through our mapping. So let me go one by one uh, in our project and try to run the each module in front of you. So let's start. Before I want to run in a Swagger, just I want to explain some uh, code base of admin controller. So basically, as you can see here, uh, REST controller annotation. Basically, a REST controller annotation is a convenient annotation that uh, it is itself annotated with controller annotation as well as annotation response body. So here we are auto wiring with the help of auto wire annotation, that is we auto wire admin services here, as you can see, and we pass here uh, post mapping annotation for the admin uh, controller as a slash admin API. You can hit this credential in a search tab in your browser or Swagger. You will easily get you will easily get to save you will easily get to save the admin details in according to your needs. So this is all about post mapping, and this is a put mapping. According to this annotation, user can use this admin can use this credential and hit this credential in a search tab and can easily update admin detail again and again. So let me show on Swagger. Sorry. Now I'm using this link in front of you. So for to run my project. So let me paste this link on a search tab. Yeah, as you can see, our API documentation is ready in front of you. So let's run each controller step by step, or run each module step by step in front of you, and how our project is running. And also I will show you that we get the detail in a database. So let's start admin controller first. So as you can see here, there is a two thing available in front of you. Admin control, that is put, and post, that is put is used for admin update, and post is used for save admin. If you want to save any admin or new admin, you can just post hit this in hit this API and try to fill this credential with the help of try it out. And now you can sorry, now you can pass the request body according to your needs, means fill this credential. This whole things is nothing but request body. Now you can pass this request body and execute your code. Let me take a ready-made detail that I made. So this is the credential of the request body, and I uh, use this. So this is the admin password, that is this, email this, and first name this, and last name this, and mobile number this. Let me execute this. So as you can see that we hit the we hit the request body in a save admin, and we got response, means we are able to see that is this things is in our database MySQL. Let me show you. Just go on SQL and select star from admin. So you can see all the detail regarding to the admin, you can see in your database easily when you uh, hit your request and you sorry, when you hit your request and you got your response in your database. So this is all about admin controller. Let me go on admin login controller. So as you can see here, admin login controller, there is two method, that is admin login admin and logout admin. So this is two post mapping, that is post one is login admin and the second one is logout admin. So before go into this in this running process, let me show the code base of the admin login controller here in front of you. So this is a admin login controller. As I mentioned, this is a specific annotation that also contain that consists two controller, that is controller annotation and as well as a response body annotation in a with the help of a REST controller. So here we auto wire admin login service here, and we make a API here in front of you with the help of post mapping annotation and passing this credential. And if you use this credential in your browser, so you will get the detail regarding to login admin. So this is annotation post mapping, and if you hit the this credential, you can simply just log out from your admin easily. So let me show DTO of the sorry DTO of the admin, means data transfer object of admin. You can see here, uh, here I pass annotation not null. I pass annotation not null because mobile number should not be null. Let's see some let's see some user, like user are some uh, are not a good one. So user is good, but they try to always uh, think bad in our website, so they not try to run our website. So that's why reason I'm using such annotation that user or admin should must put their number. If they are not able to put the number, then they will get an exception that you are not able to log in this admin. Similarly, for password should not be null, means you should put mobile number as well as password for login credential. So this is all about DTO of admin. Let me show exception of admin. So as you can see here, uh, admin exception. In admin exception, I'm making a exception with admin exception and passing a string message in this, you can see. And now I'm going in com.masai.model. Let me show admin model, which types of model. Basically this is nothing but this is a main admin model class. As you can see, I'm using data annotation and data entry annotation, no argument constructor annotation, and all argument constructor. Basically this is a uh, basically this is a, you can say, it is a normal beam class, but we are using more annotation in front of you with the help of framework and uh, uh, annotations. So that's why we reduce our work with this with the help of this annotation. So this is all about model. And now I will go on com.masai.repository of admin DAO, that is data access module. So in data access module, I I use I make a public admin find by mobile number and just find pass this parameter string and mobile number. So here admin and integer, mean the key is admin and the value is integer, should be integer. And here you can see I'm extending admin DAO with JPA repository. So this is all about com.masai.repository of admin admin login credential module. And this is a service part, that is where I make the mm, made the implementation and their credential. So as you can see, this is the login uh, login out sorry login to admin account. This is a method, and another method is a login from a logout from admin account. This is another method, and this is a exception that throw login exception with the help of exception package login exception. Here you can see. So this is all about login part. Let me show some process or working process of this login admin login controller. Let me pause. Let me log in. So as you click on the put option, you are able to see this pop up in your front, and just pass the request body with the help of try it out, and just you are able to edit this this syntax. So just change this request body according to your credential. So let me use ready-made credential that I made for the login controller. So I am copying here in front of you, and just open Swagger in front of you and pasting here, and just click on the execute button. So you are able, when you hit this request body, you will, if you are not, if you not get any error, you will simply get a response body in front of you. So this is a response body of the admin login controller. So let me show on database as well that it is available or not. So select current. Let me copy this things here. Current admin session, paste is here, and you can see admin ID is 1, date is this, date time is this, and UID is this. So through UIDs we can run another credential regarding to our project. So this is all about login admin login controller and admin controller. Let me go on the second one is that is uh, second one is that admin need to add a root. So let's go on a root. So let on go on roots and try to add some root on it. Try it out. So as you can see in front of you, now I am putting key here, key here, and just pass the request body, pass the request body in a root with the with using ready-made. Yeah, you can see I am passing the request body of the route credential. So as you can see, distance is 220 km, and a route is a route from Delhi and route to Mumbai. So if I execute, if I execute this thing, so we get an error. See, we get an error that please provide a valid key to add to root. Means our key is wrong, I think. So let put the valid key in this credential. So now key is correct. Let execute this query again. Let execute this credential again. Now you can see response is correct in front of you. That is, route ID is 2 and the route from Delhi to Mumbai, and distance is this. Let's show in our database as well. So select from route. So you can see route ID is 2 and distance is 220, and route from Delhi to Mumbai. So yeah, this is a working part of a route controller. Let me show the code base of the working part of this. Let me show the working code base of the route controller on STS. So you can see here, you can see here mm, on controller, root controller. Yeah, in root controller I am using a rest controller to avoid use of controller annotation as well as response body annotation. So that we are using annotation, a request annotation that combine both of them in one. And here we auto wired root services, as you can see, and we use a annotation post map, and we pass this credential in a parameter, and if you hit this credential in a search tab in a postman or swagger, you will easily add the root, and here you can add the root and see this is a delete mapping. And if you pass this credential, that is a root id, if you pass the root id, you are able to delete the root from that thing, from the detail of the bus, and simply update. You can easily update the root with this credential, and simply you can get all the details regarding to the root with this roots credential. Hit this on a on a on a postman or swagger. So this is all about a root controller. Let me introduce of exception of root. Here you can see we creating a root exception of this exception name and passing a string with a message in the parameter. And here you can see root exception constructor, zero argument constructor in zero argument constructor. And now let me show let me show you let me show you root model main file. A root model where you can, that is basically this is a beam, normally is beam class, but we are using some lombok annotation, and that reduce our work, so that's why we using this. And here we make a logic of that if this object is available, so return true, otherwise return false. We make this logic, and that we are able to see our detail if the logic is all correct. So uh, this is all about model of the root. Let me show you service, which method I implement in a service, root service. So you can see I'm implementing add root method, update root method, and delete root method, and view root method by passing integer root id, by passing a parameter in a delete root, that is a root id and a string key. And similarly you can see add root and string key. So and we throw the exception, root exception as well as admin exception, both, because we are combining two things. So that's why we just increase our exception, means a root exception as well as admin exception, because root module is basically depend on admin exception, sorry, admin module. So that's why we throw both exception in this math in this uh, root service.java file. And here is the implementation or logic of the service. As you can see here, here we override this method, and we using stereotype annotation, as you can see in this. And now we are auto wiring root DAO and bus DAO and admin session DAO and admin DAO, as you can see. And here we make a logic of add root. As you can see, yeah, we creating current admin session with login admin variable, and just pass the key, and making a if and else case, that if the login in admin is null, means if the login admin is null, that is nothing is available on this, then throw this action, please provide a valid key to the root to add root. Similarly, if everything is fine, then provide this detail. Otherwise, if new root is not null, if no new root is not null, to throw this exception that a root 2 root 2 is already present. If we get like this, so we throw this as exception. So um, this is all about add root logic and implement method implementation. And here you can see update root logic here, that if login is not null, so provide this exception, otherwise give the detail here. So yeah, this is all about update route, and similarly delete route logic here in front of you. You can this we provide if and else condition to for our logic. This if a route is present, so get the detail of route, otherwise through this action that there is no route of the route id. Means if you uh, provide wrong route id, so you will get an error, there is no route of this id. So this is all about uh, this is all about root module part. Let me introduce some. Let me again go on a Swagger and try to run bus controller that add the detail of bus. As you can see here, get a bus by ID, put update. We can easily update with the help of put mapping and post. You can add the bus detail. You can delete the bus detail by the help of bus ID, and you can simply get the detail of the buses and get the detail by bus by their types. And let me add a new bus in front of you, so try it out. So we have to pass key as well as we have to pass request body. So let me take the uh, ready-made things in front of you. That is, first one is key, as you can see, and the second one is request body. Let me take the request body from the ready-made flowchart where I made, adding the bust. Here is the request body detail. You can just copy, and I'm copying and now pasting in a Swagger in this request body section. And now if I hit the if I hit this execution, if I hit this uh, let me change the date of it. I think it is a over according to this. Let me change this 10, no, not 10, 12 and 30, 22. Let's go and execute. It is executed. Let you are able to see that we will get a response easily. So yeah, now let me show you on database that it is available or not. So this is a bus. So as you can see here, the bus detail is available in our database after passing the request body, and we get the response body in a Swagger, and you can see the output in a database. So this is all about bus controller. Let me show you uh, reservation of the let me show you uh, code base of the bus part. So code base of the bus was, as you can see here, bus controller. I'm using the same thing, annotation as controller, auto wiring the bus services, and applying the annotation postman for this credential to add the bus detail, as well as annotation using annotation put mapping, and for use this credential in a Swagger or a postman to to update the bus detail. You can, and similarly like detail mapping and detail mapping, delete mapping is used for delete the bus, and get mapping is used for get buses by the id, as well as get mapping buses by the types. So here is the controller, you can see. And if I show you bus dtu, that is bus data trans bus data transfer object. So you can see here, it is nothing but this is a simply a format of beam class that is using a wrapper class with bus id and a string route from and route to, as you can see. And now the exception part of the bus, you can see we make a bus exception. That name of the exception is bus exception, and passing the string with a parameter of message. And you can see here zero argument constructor with the name of bus exception. And now it's a part to show model of the bus. As you can see here is a model of the bus with their regarding detail, that is integer bus id bus name not be null, like that we passing a message if the user is unable to pass correct credentials. So we pass this message to the user to see and fill the correct credential according to requirement of this project. So this is all about model of the bus, and let me show you repository of this bus. So this is a bus DAO, that is data access object. You can see we make an interface class of the bus DAO and extending a JPA repository and passing the bus as a key and mm, using a integer as a value. And here we can use a list to add the detail, find the bus by types. You can see here. And now it's time to show you service means implementation part of the bus. You can see we make a bus service. Here you can see we use method of add, update, delete, view, and view by types, and view all the buses. We use this method in bus services by passing their parameters. And as you can see, if I talk about the implementation part of this logic, so you can see here this is a annotation, stereotype annotation, as you can see, and this is the auto wire of bus DAO, auto wire of the root DAO, and auto wire of the administration DAO. And we are overriding this method. And this is a bus, this is a logic of the add to bus. And you can see, and if the credential is not, if the credential is null, so it will throw this exception in a swagger or in a postman, or otherwise it will give a correct detail to your required detail of the bus. So this is all about the bus part. Let me show you another part, that is a part of user one. So let me go on a user part. Before user part, let me show also a code base of user, and then try to run in front of you as well. And yeah, so this is a user controller. As you can see, uh, REST controller we are using to combine the two annotation and auto wiring the user services and passing the annotation post mapping. And for save the users, to save the user, and put mapping using annotation, we just update the user and simply delete the user by deleting mapping annotation, and get the detail of the user by get annotation mapping. uh, this is all about this is all about user controller and user login controller. As you can see, similarly same things is available in front of you. So let's go on the exception part of the user. So basically the exception name of the user is user exception, and zero argument constructor. And this is the constructor with a string passing the parameter message. So as you can see here, now it's time to go on model of the user. So you can see here it is a this is a detail that we pass if the user not provide some wrong credential. So we get this message name is cannot be null. If the user provide blank space, so it will name cannot be blank. So like that we give the exception or message to the user that provide the correct credential in this project. So like if a user provide password cannot be, if user provide null password, so it also show this message like that. These are the message which show, this message will show in front of user when user are not providing correct credential. So this is all about model part. Let me show you repository part of the users. As you can see here, this is a interface class, and we are just user session DAO, interface of user session DAO, and extending JPA repository with a key current user session and value is a teacher. And um, we make a method find by uuid, that is user ID. And now it's time to show you uh, user services part. User services part, that we are using such method with parameter users, like create user method, update user method, delete user method, user by id, we users. So sorry, this is all about the interface of the interface of the users, and this is the implementation of the logic of this create user, that if existing user is not null, so provide this message to the user, and if the user is login null, so provide this credential, and if the credential is correct, so provide the correct detail to the users. So like that we make this logic here. And now it's time to show you on swagger, the part of user. So you can see here, you can see user controller. So let me add user controller. Just click on the post and try to out click on the try it out button, and you are able to change the request body syntax easily with your ready-made that I provide you. Just use this credential in that detail. So yeah, let me execute this code. So as you can see, this response body response is correct in front of you. So this is all about user controller. Let me show you on database, that is user detail user. As you can see, user id is 4, email is this, and first name is Muhammad and last name is Adisam. This is the number and this is a password. As you can see, that I pass the request body and I get the response in my database as well. So let me go on a user login controller and login as a user. So let me log in as a user and try it out. Use this button, and we are able to edit in a request body. Let me edit this with the help of ready-made sheet that I made. So to log in this one, yeah, you can see here I'm using this and pasting over there, and now we are able to see our response here as well as in our database. Let me show you on uh, let me show you on current user session, that which user is logged in now. So you can see user id is 4 and date time is this and uid is this. So let me copy this uid because it is useful for next flow of run this project. So as you can see here, this is all about the login user login controller. Let me introduce some reservation part. So reservation part is reservation part, and this feedback pack two part is renaming on this project. So let me go on a reservation part. You can reserve the, here you can see we will get all the reservation details here, and view the reservation part and view the reservation by user id or username, and we can add the reservation new and delete the reservation with this credential. So let's go to add the detail. Let's try it out. So pass the key. As you can see, key is correct. Key is correct. Let me pass the correct let me pass the correct detail. Let me pass this request body and just paste it over there. Sorry, let me change this because I am changing. And now here I have to change again 112 to 2. Let me execute this code over there. Yeah, you can see here we get our response body in front of you. So let's show you this things is available or database or not. So just select the from star and write reservation. So you can see the detail is available in our database that we get the request body and we get the response body in our database as well as Swagger. So that is our credential is working fine. Let's show you the last module of our project, that is feedback. In feedback we will view feedback all, and we will uh, get the feedback, and we will update the feedback. We will add the we can add the feedback and we can delete the feedback. Let me add some feedback to our project. So let me use this try out button and fill this. Let me open my SQL and try to see what is the ID name. So bus ID is 3, bus ID is 2. Let me go on my readymate and let me check my bus ID is 3. So but bus ID is 3 and UID is this. Let me put this credential and let go on a ready-made slide to take uh, the feedback credential for the request body. I am copying here. I am just pasting over there in a request body section. As you can see, this is unwanted, so I am just removing and use this that I am using our project. So executing in front of you. Now you can see here that we will get a response. Let's check this response is correct in our base of database or not. So if I select from star and write feedback, so yeah, you can see that is feedback ID is 6 and comment is good, service and rate is 4, feedback rate is this, and overall rating is 5, and service rating is this, and bus ID is this. So this is all about our project and the module. I hope you like this project, and uh, uh, this is our project. I hope you like it. Thank you. Thank you for your patience of listening this our project detail. Uh, that's all. Thank you.